somehow the day disappeared and I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. So, and I'm also really tired. I don't feel like editing, so I'm going to set a timer for 4 minutes and see what can I remember from this NAND to Tetris course that teaches computer science from first principles, how to build a computer from a NAND gate, very, very basic stuff, all the way up to your own Tetris game. So, what can I remember? 4 minutes on the clock. Well, okay, chapter 1 starts talking about binary, zeros and ones. I know binary is a number system, positional number system, just like our decimal system. That means that each digit, the value of each digit depends on their position, so on the left or to the right, and it's, involves exponents and blah, 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 blah. But that's more, they don't really cover that part in the book, though. They just skim over all of that. Same goes for boolean algebra. They say there are no prereqs for the course, but definitely you need to be comfortable with algebra going into it. Or they say the only prereq is some programming knowledge. Well, I guess maybe that implies that you're comfortable with algebra, but clearly that's not really true because I'm comfortable with programming, but not algebra. So I've just been reviewing that a bit. I will continue to do so. But yeah, Boolean algebra is cool because you're only working with zeros and ones, and of course variables. And every Boolean function, every truth table that you can possibly imagine can be composed of nothing but and, or, and not, which are the main Boolean operators. And yeah, I know what those are, and is true only if the two inputs are true, or is true if one of the inputs or both are true, and not is the negation. So not 0 equals 1, not 1 equals 0. Okay, got that. Basic stuff. And then you have logic gates. A logic gate is an implementation, a physical implementation of a Boolean function. So it takes inputs, gives you an output. They don't talk about how this actually works in practice because they made it very clear the course is only on computer science. It is not about electrical engineering or physics or how electricity works or any of that stuff, even though I'd love to learn about that. It's probably for the best that I ignore those rabbit holes for a little while. What else do I remember or not remember? Logic gates. There are primitive logic gates and composite logic gates. So primitive, the most primitive one we're using for this course is a NAND gate. And I guess you can build anything out of nothing but NAND gates. That's pretty cool. I don't completely understand why that is. I mean, I do, basically, but then I just keep asking why, and then I get frustrated. But yeah, that's cool. And so a composite gate is just built out of other more basic gates, and you can just keep building them and combining them, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you have a computer. Magic, but not really. It's complex, but each step is maybe fairly simple. Maybe, I don't know. I've only read chapter 1 so far, so I have no idea what I'm getting myself into here. What else did they cover? Stuff about pins and transistors and just a little bit. And a bus is a, collection of many inputs considered as one big number. So you have bits, right? 16-bit. We're going to build a 16-bit computer, I guess they said. So a 16-bit bus is just 16 zeros or ones. And you can treat that as a single number, and you can add them, subtract them, whatever. What else did I learn? I mean, most of this stuff was kind of review for me because I took this Electrical Engineering 101 class back in college a very, very long time ago, but I do remember that stuff, and it was one of my favorite classes that I ever took. Let's see, what else can I remember? This is hard, just coming up with things off the top of my head. There was a lot of vocabulary that they threw at me, and it was a lot to digest. And that's my time now. I know there's more. There's something else I really wanted to say. There's something else I really wanted to review, but what was it? Buses, gates, binary, a bunch of words like functions and expressions and operators and all that algebra stuff. Oh, multiplexers, demultiplexers, stuff like that, but yeah, okay, that's time. I think that was a good review. I'm satisfied that I didn't forget everything, at least, and it will start to make more sense, I think, once I actually complete the first project. But I don't know if I'm actually going to do that yet because I have a bunch of other stuff on my plate. Ugh. Yeah, I'm tired, though. My sleep schedule's all over the place. I can't think straight, so yeah, gonna call it a night. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.